All right. Let's drink some wine. It's early. It's Friday.
Let me get you all situated.
Yeah, because it's Friday, and we're getting ready to kick off the weekend with some wine tasting. So today, Justin's with us. He is the ambassador of wine education for the Arizona Stronghold Vineyards, and he's here to teach us the basics. The reason that I am getting all geared up is because I hear we're spitting wine today.
We are spitting wine. I'm glad you've got a bib just in case, but I brought you one of these as well. I brought two of them. So, if I may, let's do left hand here.
Okay.
Bam, you'll see what that's going to come in handy for. There's another one here, Steph, if you want to join us.
Steph, you can join us if you'd like.
You, though, are a white wine drinker, right?
Yes.
I made sure to bring some white wine for you. Red wine for you, Steph.
Oh, you remember?
We've got our guest trained here on Sonoran Living.
This is a white cuvee of Malvasia, Chardonnay, Sauv Blanc, Pinot Gris, and Riesling. In the red, we've got Sangiovese, Cabernet, and Merlot, all Arizona grown. So, basics of wine tasting.
I'm going to kind of 4 S's, right?
Well, there's a lot of S's. Okay. We try to keep it simple, but there's one that I really want to hit, and it is the spit part. So the first one is C, right? You look at the wine. Pretty basic. Now each one of these S's has a lot of things we could go into that you're looking for, but I really want to hit the last one because I think it's the last one that people utilize. So you look at it. You swirl it. Now this breaks up components in the wine, volatilizes certain components, and makes it easier to smell. So the third S is the smell. And don't be afraid to stick your nose in the glass. This is not the way to smell. This, like that, exactly.
The cheap stuff makes you
pop
a little bit.
That's how you know this is good.
No, it's gorgeous stuff, very well crafted. Fruity, you should be getting a little cherry from the red, maybe a stone fruit, blanched almonds from the white. Lots of stuff, though. These are more complex wines.
So we had C,
swirl, smell. Sip is the next one. You can go ahead and take it out. Now, sip and swish are going to go together as well. Swish on the palate. So don't just drink it straight back. Watch me real quick, and then I'm going to spit. I'm going to show you how to do that.
I drank mine, sorry.
It's good, though. Watch. He can't talk while he's doing that.
It's that easy. So the reason I swish it around is to break it up, break up those small components and volatilize them up into my olfactory system, so I smell it and taste more. If I just shoot it straight back and drink it like water, I'm not getting everything I can out of this glass of wine.
I feel like you're not getting as much as you could when you just put it back.
Okay, now the spit, if I'm drinking wine at home,
I mean, like,
I swallow a little. If I'm drinking wine at home, I swallow every drop. There's no sense in spitting when you're drinking at home.
Sure.
The way that spitting comes in handy is if you're a wine taster, obviously if you're tasting a lot of wines during the day, they all spit the wines. Now, if I'm going to go to multiple wineries, though, Northern Arizona has 8 different tasting rooms. Sonoita has about a dozen different tasting rooms you can visit. Now, if I'm going to visit each one of those wineries, I'm going to taste 5 or 6 wines at each one of those. Nicely done. Now, a little dab. There you go. That's what the wristband's for. Just to dab, all right? In case you get a little dribble, just in case.
I'm feeling a little of the tartness right
absolutely,
there.
Absolutely. That's the acidity, and that's what makes these food-friendly wines. Now, if you're going to visit a lot of different wineries, though, you want to spit the wine. Imagine hitting 10 or 12 wineries in one day. Well done. And that could be, if you try 5 or 6 wines at each one of those wineries, you drink every single ounce, that's 60, 70 ounces you're drinking. And I don't think you should be behind the wheel of an automobile. And also, if you go to the first few wineries, unless you have a limo, that's a great way to do it. But even in that light, say you go to the first few wineries and you drink all of that stuff, and then you hit like the 4th or 5th winery, usually if you've drank everything you're tasting, those last wineries taste phenomenal, and everything someone pours you, you're thinking it's wonderful.
The end sell the most wine.
Exactly, but they shouldn't, because then you get home and you open up a bottle you bought weeks later and go, this isn't that great. This is not that good.
So the true wine taster doesn't walk away with a buzz.
Well, a mild one. I mean, again, but you taste a lot more. I mean, I went to Washington recently. I hit 12 wineries in 2 hours. And I could go back and say, I liked this wine, this wine, and this wine, and then I pick up those ones that I liked. But yeah, I wasn't really buzzed.
Yeah, let me ask you a thing about the spitting thing. How come after you swish, it gets so, like she said it was tart here. For me, it was like tart in here, but it was not bitter, but just like tart, like sour.
These are high acid wines, and the acidity matches the food. That's what these are made for. These are made to pair with food. They're modeled after a lot of European wines, and French and Italians, they have wine at every meal. So that's kind of what these wines are designed for. They're I drink them alone all the time. I think they drink fine by themselves, but at first, if you're not used to these high acid wines, they might taste a little more tart than normal, but eventually you'll really start to notice the gorgeous fruit complexities that come out of these wines.
I think, well, first I'm going to tell you we're going to have all the information on the website, but I also think that our next segment with you should be up in Page Springs for a field trip, so maybe we could work on
She's
that.
always trying to get out of the studio.
That would be fantastic.
Every
We'd
turn
love to
of
have
the
you.
bend.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.